You're born in a cardboard box that smells like wet newspaper and regret. Your eyes are sealed shut, so you're basically a furry potato with legs. Soon, you start crawling around in the dark and bump into your two siblings who are also crawling around like idiots. You finally find your mom's belly and latch on to drink milk, but your brother is already there taking the best spot, so you have to settle for the weird angle where your neck hurts. You spend your first few weeks doing exactly two things: drinking milk and sleeping. That's it. That's the whole menu. No apps, no entertainment, just milk and naps. Welcome to life. 2 weeks pass, and your eyes finally open like tiny windows to disappointment. Congratulations! You can now see that you live in literal trash. The first thing you see is your brother's face, and honestly, you were hoping for something better. Your sister looks like you, your brother looks like you, and you look like them. It's honestly impressive how one mistake got copy-pasted 3 times. You try to stand up and immediately fall over. Your legs have the structural integrity of cooked spaghetti. Your sister walks past you without falling, and you're like, how are you doing that? So you try again and make it exactly 5 steps before your legs give out and you crash into your brother. He doesn't even care. Nobody cares. Then your mom gets sick, like really sick. She caught some ridiculous disease from eating a bird that ate a bug, that ate some poisonous plant, or something equally stupid. Within 2 months, she's gone, just like that. This should have been your first warning about how weird and dangerous this life was going to be. But you're 2 months old and your brain is the size of a walnut, so you just keep playing with your siblings as if nothing happened. Your human is poor, like really poor. You know how you can tell? Because when he takes you outside, he carries you in his pockets with your head sticking out like you're a kangaroo baby. You're bouncing around in his pocket while he walks through the street, passing cars, dogs, and other humans, and you're thinking, is this how I die? Meanwhile, you spot other cats being carried in an actual pet carrier with soft blankets inside. And those cats look at you like you're a joke. You're a cat in a pocket. The wealth gap is real, even in the cat world. But the worst part? Your human feeds you street mice, actual mice from the street. Every single day he brings home a dead mouse and drops it in your bowl like he's serving you a gourmet meal. Sometimes you seriously wonder, where is he getting all these mice? Does he work night shifts at a mouse factory, or what? Mice taste like garbage, but they fill your stomach, so whatever. It is fine. It is normal. Other cats are eating salmon-flavored pâté, and you're chewing on street rodents like some kind of medieval peasant cat, but sure, it is totally fine. It is totally normal. A few months go by, and you just can't do it anymore. You've eaten nothing but mice for your entire life, and you're ready to lose your mind. Your brother must be feeling the same way because he walks over to a plant by the window and takes a huge bite. You watch him chew it, swallow it, and then he immediately starts making sounds you've never heard before. He's gagging and stumbling around like he's possessed. Within 2 minutes, he's on his side, not moving. Turns out the plant was toxic. Your brother is dead. Great. Your sister loved your brother and decided she needed to do something brave to honor his memory. The next day, she spots a bright, colorful candy bar on the floor. It smells sweet and delicious. Clearly it's food. She starts licking it, then chewing it, probably thinking she's finally escaped the mouse-only diet. 5 seconds later, she's foaming, gagging, and flopping around like she just unlocked a new speedrun category called Worst Decision Ever. The candy bar turned out to be a soap bar, and your sister is also dead. Both your siblings are gone, and you're sitting there learning the most important rule of cat life. If it's not a mouse, it's probably death. Then, a few days later, your human takes you outside a big fancy house and hands you to a different human. Money changes hands. You've just been sold like a used television. Your old human leaves without even looking back, and you're standing there in this massive house that smells like lavender and confusion. Your new human is rich, like really rich. He put you down in a room with shiny floors and furniture that probably costs more than your old human's entire life. But you find a spot under the couch, and you stay there for 3 days straight. Your new human keeps reaching under, trying to grab you, but you press yourself against the wall where their arms can't reach. Then he put out a bowl of food for you, but it's not mice. It's wet food from a can, the fancy kind you used to see other cats eating. It smells incredible, but you remember what happened to your siblings when they tried new food? The plant? Death. The candy bar? Death. So you back away from the bowl like it's going to explode. Your new human tries the next day again with raw chicken, then canned salmon, then something called tuna pate. You refuse all of it. You're starving. Your stomach is eating itself, but mice are safe and everything else is a potential murderer. That's the rule. Eventually, you get so hungry that you have to make a choice. Starve to death under this couch or risk eating the food. You sneak out at night and approach the bowl like it's a bomb. You sniff it 17 times. You touch it with one paw. You lick it once and wait to see if you die. You don't die. So you eat the whole thing in about 15 seconds, and it's the best thing you've ever tasted in your entire life. Turns out, normal cat food is way better than street mice. Who knew? Moreover, you realize your human isn't trying to kill you, so you start coming out, and that's when you discover you have energy. So much energy. You want to run and jump and climb on everything. But here's the problem. Your human leaves for work every single morning and doesn't come back until it's almost dark. You're alone all day with all this energy and absolutely nothing to do with it except questioning your existence. One day, you discover another beautiful couch in the living room with perfect fabric for scratching. The texture is exactly right, and scratching it feels amazing, like finally scratching that itch you've had your whole life. But when your human comes home and sees what you've done, they freak out. Then they grab you, hold you down, and pull out a tiny metal clipper. Before you can escape, they're cutting your claws. All of them. Your beautiful, sharp claws are now dull and completely useless. You're a cat. Your claws are literally the only weapon you have. Without them, you feel like a knight who just got his sword replaced with a pool noodle. The next day is somehow even worse. Your human picks you up and carries you into a small room with tile floors. Then they put you in the tub. You know what happens in tubs? Water happens. They spray you with water while you scream like you're being murdered. You've never been so terrified in your entire life. You try to climb out, but they hold you down with one hand while scrubbing you with a candy bar that smells like something your sister died from. You think you can clean yourself perfectly fine by licking your fur. You've been doing it your whole life, but apparently that's not good enough for humans, so now you're getting waterboarded in your own house. When they finally let you go, you run and hide under the bed, spending the next 3 hours licking yourself dry and plotting revenge. At night, your hunting time starts. Your body is screaming at you to chase things. This is what you were born to do at night. This is when you're supposed to be alive. So you slide across the kitchen counter like a furry race car, and it feels incredible, like your body finally remembered what it was built for. You find your human's laptop and try to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on YouTube. Then you spot his favorite mug sitting on the edge of the counter, just existing there, minding its own business. You make eye contact and push it off. It shatters into a million pieces on the floor. If you can't hunt animals, you will hunt everything else. Suddenly, your human comes out of the bedroom. You think maybe they also want to hunt things. But before you can even finish your marathon, they grab you and stuff you into a carrier. You can barely turn around in there, and suddenly, all that energy, all that wildness is just trapped. You're a hunter locked in a tiny cage because you were doing exactly what hunters do. Skip forward a year and you've gained weight. Your human gives you too much food and you don't move around as much as you used to. Your body feels heavy and you can't jump as high anymore. When you try to clean yourself, you can't reach the spots on your back because your stomach is in the way. You're not fatty, you're just fluffy. That's what you tell yourself, but you're definitely fatty. One day, something changes in your body. You feel weird, restless. You want something, but you don't know what. Then you realize you want a partner. You want kittens. You spend 3 days screaming at the windows, but nothing happens. Eventually, your human takes you somewhere with bright lights and cold metal tables, and when you wake up, that feeling is gone forever. They took away your baby-making abilities, just removed them like uninstalling an app. Kidding. That didn't happen. Your human just watched you scream at walls for 3 days and assumed it was a personality thing. He did absolutely nothing. But somehow, nature finds a way. Don't ask how. But a few months later, you're giving birth to 3 kittens. Then you start feeling sick. Really sick. The same kind of sick your mom felt before she disappeared. Turns out you caught the same ridiculous disease she had because you also ate a bird that ate a bug, that ate some poisonous plant, or something equally stupid. You always imagined a dramatic ending, like dying while fighting a lion, or maybe a dragon, but instead you fade quietly, leaving behind 3 small lives to repeat your story.